What do you think is the greatest fear that most drone enthusiasts have? I ran a poll recently that received nearly 2,000 responses, and the answers may surprise you. In this video, I'm going to show you that the concerns that you have as a drone pilot may be much more common than you think. And then also, I'm going to give you some tips to help you overcome those fears. Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. And if you're new here, my name is Russ. When you're done watching this video, I invite you to browse some more of the content here and consider subscribing if you think this might be a valuable channel to visit again. So when I first started researching drones over 7 years ago, there was a lot to consider. Choosing the right drone for me was the top priority. Deciding what features were most important, what accessories I wanted to get for it, how much money I wanted to spend, and so much more. But with all of these decisions beforehand, I never anticipated some of the things that I needed to consider after I got my drone and started flying it. The greatest cause of stress for me, at least, and I think for a lot of other pilots, was the fear of crashing my very expensive investment. I chose the DJI Mavic Pro, which at the time was the best of the best, and the obstacle avoidance was key for me. It was truly the best decision that I ever made when it comes to having a hobby. And I'm so happy that I did the research beforehand. But like I said, the things that you don't think about are the ones that you really should think about before you get a drone. In that community poll that I ran last week, the overwhelming majority of responses to the question, what is your greatest concern when it comes to flying drones, was flying in public. 43% of respondents chose that as their biggest issue. And then another 21% said general anxiety when flying. So a total of 64% reported some sort of anxiety was their greatest concern. Now, this could be due to a number of reasons, such as the fear of crashing, which is the most common, whether it be because of the money involved or the fear of someone seeing it happen because it is quite embarrassing. It could also be the fear of harassment or aggression, because we all know that drones tend to cause fear in people who are unsure about them. My guess, that 43% that reported the fear of flying in public as their greatest concern is because they don't know how other people are going to react. They don't want to deal with the looky-loos and all the questions, both positive and negative. So tell me if this is you. You're heading out somewhere to fly. Let's say there's an event going on in your community and you want to capture it from above with your drone. So do you park near the event, grab your gear, and just set up right in front of people and then start flying your drone and start filming away? Or do you drive around for a while and find an inconspicuous spot, park a couple blocks away, set the drone on the unseen side of your vehicle, look around before you launch, and then hop in and fly in the security and the comfort of solitude? I'm guessing you answered the latter. I mean, why risk it, right? Why bother adding to the possibility of someone approaching and interrupting you and asking you what the heck you're doing? And it's natural. It's a very natural feeling to have. And there's only two things to help you get over it: confidence and time. Just like anything, it just takes time to get over that fear of being judged. The more opportunities you take to engage the public when you fly, the easier it gets, and that builds confidence. Displaying complete confidence in what you are doing is the best way to mitigate potential unpleasant interactions. Not arrogance. I'm talking about confidence. There's a big difference. Now, people will be less likely to question you if you look like you belong there. And if they do question you, it's usually because they're interested in what you're doing, not because they want to attack you. The worst thing that you can do is hide in the bushes or in your car or somewhere else and act like you don't want to get caught, because that's the kind of behavior that gets people fired up. The unknown is what causes the anxiety. And if people see you and you look busy, then most of the time, they're not going to bother you. You might get an occasional looky-loo that watches you for a while, but most people don't like conflict, so they'll go about their day after they realize that you really aren't a threat. Now, all that being said, you still may have to interact with some ignorant that feels like you shouldn't be doing what you're doing. But right now, those are pretty few and far between. Are the frequency of those interactions going to increase with remote ID now in place? Will we see more conflict because of public knowledge of pilot location? I don't think right away. I think it's going to take a while for people to actually, first of all, learn that they can locate a drone if they want to, and then take the effort to actually seek it out. But once it becomes well known, once that information is out there for a year or maybe 2 years, then yes, I do believe that we will see more frequent occurrences of conflict. And this may cause more drone pilots to actually fly in the bushes, but I'm here to tell you that it shouldn't. You should fly as conspicuously as possible and let people know that what you are doing is allowed and you're not trying to hide. Take every opportunity that you have to help educate the general public. And I've said this before, and I'll say it again many more times, one of the best ways to mitigate uncomfortable interactions is to get your Part 107 remote pilot certificate, at least if you live in the United States. If you live in a different country that has some sort of other certificate or license, get that. If someone approaches you when you're flying and they have that look in their eye, you know they're coming at you with negativity, one of the first and best things that you can say to them is, "Hello, I am a licensed drone pilot with the FAA, and I'm currently following all federal regulations," or something to that effect. You don't have to be so official, but, and before you run to the comments to tell me it's not actually a licensed drone pilot, it's certified or certificated, I know, but the general public does not. So using the term licensed is familiar to people, and it sounds more official, if you will. Now, is there a fine for claiming to be a licensed drone pilot? No, because there's no such thing. It's like saying, I am a licensed alligator wrestler. Actually, that might be a thing. I don't know. But anyway, get your Part 107. I know many people will say, I have no intention of making money with my drone or furthering a business with my drone. That's okay. The education that you're going to receive by studying for and getting your Part 107 is enlightening. It will truly make you a better drone pilot. You'll have more fun with the knowledge you gain. You'll have more confidence when you fly, and you'll have credibility to the general public. Now, if you have no idea where to start and you're interested in a money-back guaranteed study course, I personally used Drone Pilot Ground School. They're not sponsoring this video. I'm just telling you about what they offer because I would not be where I am today without their study guide. That course helped me get a 96% on my test, and it was instrumental in helping me become a better drone pilot. I'm going to put a link in the video description if you want to learn more about it and be on your way to getting certified. Let's talk about the other response that got quite a few votes in my poll, and that's trying to figure out where to fly. Now, this can be broken down into two categories. Where can you legally fly, and where can you fly that's interesting? So the first one is relatively easy. The information about where you can and can't fly is readily available online or by using an app like Before You Fly or Aloft. It's a very user-friendly interface that helps you find the places that you are allowed to fly. It also tells you where you're not allowed to fly and where you can fly with FAA approval. The process to apply for airspace that may be regulated is pretty simple, and it only takes a couple of minutes to get instant authorization most of the time. Now, if you're flying out in the open countryside where the airspace is unregulated, most of the time there's no need to check those apps, but you may want to because it's just a good habit to get into. Now, what about finding places to fly that are going to provide you with epic scenery and unforgettable footage to enjoy, create, and share? It sounds simple, and it is, but just try Googling the best places to fly a drone in wherever you're going to fly. So for instance, just today, I just picked Wisconsin randomly, and there are a number of sites that advise you where to fly in the state of Wisconsin. There's websites like this for almost every state, and you may want to even try it with your own community, and you might be surprised by how many places you can capture some of the most beautiful landscapes and subjects that you didn't even know were there before. Another strategy is to just use Google Maps or Google Earth and search the area that you want to fly and look for interesting things. Use the street view to get a close-up look, and this is also a good way to find a place to launch your drone from to get the best vantage point. And then finally, there are countless drone forums out there where you can view and join discussions on the best places to fly your drone. The information is all out there. You just need to take a little bit of time to find it. So what tips do you have for dealing with some of the stressful issues of flying a drone? Put your tips in the comments down below so we can all learn from each other. I love seeing those discussions. If you're interested in becoming a channel member and get bonus content that you won't normally see here on the channel, I'll put a link in the video description for you to check that out. You can join for as little as $1.99 per month, and it's a great way to help me continue making informative videos. Click that subscribe button so it's easy to find more videos like this one. Watch this video right here next because I know you're gonna love it. Thanks for watching the entire video today, everyone. Have a great day, and as always, fly safe and fly smart.